It's rare that I ever find myself saying, I can't wait for this year to be over, only because I know that whatever it is that I'm trying to get away from within the current year, other things are going to come up in the next year because that's just how life is. But we're in a 9 universal year, and the way I get that is by adding the numbers in the year 2025 that adds up and reduces to number 9 vibration. So this year has been an interesting one, as it's like this year for me is like being at the crossroads, because the number 9 energy deals with endings and beginnings. So being at the crossroad, being at the intersection, trying to decide which way you want to go, or maybe you're waiting to figure out which way to go. For me, that's what the year 2025 feels like. And I guess the part of me that can't wait to see what next year has to bring, because it's like certain things are probably out of my control, and I'm waiting for life, waiting for the universe, waiting for time to decide. So the month of August for me is a game changer when it comes to all of this, and why I wanted to make a video talking about it. And I guess in this video I'll focus mainly on the numerology, only because I go over the astrological transits in my daily videos. So I still post daily videos about daily astrology videos. Numerology and tarot is also included, but it's like a daily horoscope video. If you're familiar with the channel, you're familiar with me posting them here. I still post them, and I post them on Patreon. And, in those videos, I go over the astrological transits and things like that. But in this video, I want to go over just the numerology and just the energy that I'm picking up. And for me, when it comes to the month of August, for me, this month is a very powerful one, as some things will come up for some of us around signing major contracts, either starting new contractual agreements or ending them. And in some cases, they might end abruptly or feel like it came out of nowhere. But for me, I think when it comes to these contracts that some of us might be signing or closing out, it has to do with things that have been in the workings for some time now. So say if you're signing a new contract to get into something, it's like you're probably going to be a part of that world, that industry, that place, or that thing for some time. And if you're closing out of a contract, walking away from one, it might be walking away from, something that you've been a part of for some time. I feel like August is a game changer month because it's the 8th month, and the number 8 for me has to do with like that reflection stage, reflecting as in, okay, am I going to put an end to this thing, or am I going to take it to the next level? I feel like August has a lot to do with that energy. So for me, with the month of August, I feel like some people could, find themselves deciding that they're going to get a divorce, or, deciding that they're going to get engaged, deciding that they're going to get therapy. It's like there's something about this month and the energy of this month where we'll find ourselves reflecting like, okay, where do I want to take things? I know money will come up a lot this month. There'll be a lot of conversations about money, whether it's, something costs way more than you expected and you're, trying to figure out how to budget it in, or maybe there's opportunities for more money to come in, but conversations will come up around money for sure, and your seasons, your cycles pertaining to money and things of that nature. So for me, when it comes to the month of August and it being a game changer month, some things that I think about also with the month of August is the importance of not getting caught up in the power struggle, because that's something that can come up this month, where if ever you find yourself in a conversation or a back and forth with someone and you feel as if you're pushing against the wall, just stop. Just stop, because they can't hear you. They can't hear you at that moment. Even if it appears that they're hearing you, they can't hear you. So you're having a conversation with someone and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed or irritated or frustrated in the conversation. The other person can't hear you, because with, say, this month, the number 8 energy has to do with controlled. It's a authoritative energy. So, that's where power struggles and things of that could come up. So, the way how I would make the most of it is surrender when it comes to those. And also, the way I would make the most of this energy is reflecting on the cycles of my life, the way how I've been doing a thing, and asking myself, what can I do different when it comes to that thing? You know, what could I do different? Because like I said, I feel like this month is a game changer, as it plays a big part when it comes to the major cycles that we're wrapping up in our lives, getting ready to go into, say, 2026, which is a one cycle. It's like a fresh start, a new beginning. It's like if you think back 9 years from now, and 9 years in the past, and when was that? That was back in 2016, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, back in 2016. Back between 2016 and 2017, what were you wrapping up? What were you ending then? Or what were you getting into? You might find that some of what you were wrapping up or getting into, as we're in this universal 9-year energy now, you're probably looking to take those things to the next level or figure out what's next with that. Like I think of, like, say, even my YouTube channel. I started it around 2016, 2017. So it's like it's been almost 10 years now, and now I'm at a point where I'm deciding, okay, what's next? What's next with YouTube? What do I want to create when it comes to the spiritual content and things of that nature? Even though I'm still creating spiritual content, as I said, within my Patreon community, I post daily horoscope energy updated videos. If you're considering joining the Patreon community, you're welcome to join us. The price to join is about the price of a large smoothie, I think. About that, I think large smoothies go for that. So if you're considering joining, come on and check it out, especially if you're someone who, appreciate getting daily inspirational energy updated, wanting to know what's going on with the energies in the day for inspirational purposes or whatnot, or just for entertainment purposes. But yeah, when it comes to, say, this month of August, for me, the way how I'm making the most of it is taking a look at my finances. How can I better budget my finances? How can I better manage my finances? And also to overall the seasons within my life, the cycles within my life. I want to pay attention to the seasons and the cycles that are pretty much falling away and making space for others, and not force and challenge myself, I should say, not to try to hold on, because sometimes we'll find ourselves trying to hold on to things that are making their way out. Allow for things to leave. And something that I now affirm to myself is, if ever a connection have ended in my life at some point in the past, I won't allow that connection to come back in, because there's a reason why it ended before, unless it's so clear that when it came to that connection, everyone involved, you and the other person, were willing to sit down, speak about what happened, and take full responsibility, take full accountability for what happened in the connection. If that's not the case, then you'll only find yourself wasting your time, wasting your energy, and pretty much looping through again. Find yourself deciding to stay in a connection, friendship, romantic, platonic, career, only to do another 9-10 years in this looping cycle. So that's definitely something that I've been reflecting on. And also too, with this being an 8th month, Saturn is the ruler of the number 8. So definitely there'll be some things will come up around time this month. Like I said, time, finances, issues or situations around authority. Maybe for some people, some legal matters will come up. But overall, like I said, this is a month that is pretty much helping us to wrap up a 9-year cycle, and wrapping up a 9-year cycle by taking a step back and asking oneself, okay, where do I want to take things as far as this thing is concerned? And there's only pretty much wiping the slate clean, chopping down the tree and leveling the ground and making space for new things to grow in that spot, or deciding, how can I advance this thing that I already have? How can I make it better? So I feel like for the month of August, that's something to look into. How can you make something better? Or is everything around you, the universe, intuition, whatnot, telling you that it's time to let something go? So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys about the month of August. It feels good. I'm getting up today and feeling like, okay, I want to talk about August. I want to share this message, and I felt like, okay, let me come outside, sit under the tree, check that tree out. I am loving that tree. I always admire that tree, and I'm like, you know what, let me sit under the tree and talk about August. So, I hope you're having a good August. For me, the energies in August definitely feels a little bit lighter, though, more lighter than July. Because one thing with July, we're just getting out of, is a 7th month, and the number 7 is a spiritual energy. It's an introspective energy. But sometimes that number 7 energy, because it's ruled by Neptune, it could feel so isolating to where you kind of feel like you're on punishment, or it felt like things were moving slower. And Neptune energy, number 7 energy, is not one that is big on finances and things of that. So some people might find that financially, things felt a little bit more heavier than normal, where within the number 8 energy is one that deals with finances. It deals with wealth. So you might find things that are moving along. You might find this month you see more money than you saw this whole year, but then it's also a month where you could spend more money, because I've seen situations like that where when some people are in their 9 personal year, they might have, like, say, an 8 year, and it's a year where they're supposed to see a lot of money, and they'll say, well, I didn't see a lot of money. But then when they add up their expenses according to what they spend, they'll realize that, oh my God, a lot came in, but I spend it as fast as it came in. So it's almost as if like there was nothing. And I feel like there could be that aspect to this month. So, like I said, pay attention to the systems and cycles, because the number 8 is a big systematic energy, and systems govern all aspects of our lives. So, this is a month to take reflect on the systems in your life, and how is this system working? And you'll know how it's working based on your results. Like when we look around at our lives, when we look around at our situation, our current situation is a reflection of our choices. Our current situation is a reflection of our choices. And this is a month to take a look at your choices and put some new systems in place to get something different if that is something you desire. So yeah, August, it was cool sharing it with you. Check out my Patreon if you haven't already. And if you're interested in booking a reading with me, a natal chart coaching session with me, the link for that is in the description box below. But it was a pleasure sharing this with you. Drop me a tree emoji in the comment if you're still here, because look at that tree. There's something about trees for me. Like whenever I'm walking or even driving and I'll see a tree, I gotta stop and give it, I won't stop the car, but I'll check that tree out. I'll check that tree out. So I've been admiring this tree forever. I sit under it sometimes and just talk on the phone or just relax and look at the water in front of me. But today I'm like, you know what? I want to record under the tree, and I'm glad that I did. Hope you're having a good day so far, and hope you have an amazing August.